Alright, good morning everybody. I decided today to do something involving cars since the last 2 days have been BMX videos. So today I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of owning a drift car, or a 240 for that matter. So I pulled the 240 out today. Also, a lot of the comments on the video of Raven driving my car were mentioning the idle. Now, when this car hasn't been driven in a few weeks and it's 40 degrees outside, when I turn it on, it'll idle at about 1900 RPM when it first starts. Now that's most cars. Most cars, if it's cold, well, the idle will jump up when you first start it because it's cold and it's trying to warm up, it's trying to stay running. And so what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna show you guys that this car's idle is normally at about 900 RPM. And I'm also going to point out a few things that I have added and changed to the car since the car check video, which I did I think like a month and a half ago or something. So yeah, so today we'll get another in-depth look. It won't be like a car check, but more of just like a pros and cons, the shitty part about owning a drift car that makes life difficult, and the positive, fun, exciting things about owning a drift car. So we're going to jump into it. So I've never showed you guys like any of the fluids and how the fluids look in the car, so maybe I can show you guys the dipstick here and how beautiful, if it will focus, how golden that oil is. I change the oil pretty much after every event, just because it puts a lot of wear on the motor after beating the shit out of it all day. If you guys saw the hydro video, we added a Level Ride Concepts Hydro e-brake. This is an inline setup, so it does not have dual calipers, but it gets the job done. And since I was going to end up giving this car away, I couldn't really afford to put a lot of money, into a hydro system. This right here is cost, I think they're $400 or something. But they have this cool ass plate that bolts straight to the factory tunnel. We got a shifter up here. This is an R154 without the shifter extension, so it sits a little farther forward, but it works great. You can see the space there between its first gear and the hydraulic e-brake. Alright, so we're going to start with the pros first, then move to the cons. I'll do 5 pros, 5 cons. It'll be easy. And keep the video relatively short because there's a lot of talking about the car that's going to go with it, and some clips of the car running, some clips of the car starting, and clips of new and improved items on the car. Okay, pro number 1. When you have a drift car, chances are the car is gutted. Most of the electronics for the car are taken out, so you never have to worry about a window regulator going out, or the stereo not working, or the heat not blowing right, or the air conditioning not blowing right. All of that is eliminated. And because there is no sound in your carpet, I haven't done it in a while, but you can vacuum the car out very easily. There's some tire on the ground back there, but it's relatively easy to keep it clean. Alright, pro number 2. I can't really show you this right here, but the kind of attention that you get from owning a drift car that's pretty or even ugly. Even people with ugly 240s get like so much attention. Everybody can appreciate a fun rear-wheel drive car. So owning a car like this one, you can imagine the attention is there a lot of the times, which is awesome. I love the attention. I love seeing people get excited about the car, and it puts a smile on my face to put a smile on somebody else's face. So that is pro number 2 with owning a drift car. Alright, pro number 3, being able to make extremely tight U-turns with this PBM angle kit. Because the car isn't moving, this is as much angle as I get out of it, but it's about 50 degrees. So when the car is moving, or you see like drift clips that I posted, you can really see the angle. But if you're moving and you make a U-turn, your back wheels basically don't even move. So it makes U-turns real easy. And parallel parking, very, 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 very easy. It's like you can see the faces of it. This is like parallel with the car and you can see the face. Pretty wild. Pro number 4 of owning a drift car is being extremely safe. This car has a full cage with door bars. You can see up here. It's got the main hoop, the rear harness bar. It does have harnesses, has a bucket seat. This car is extremely safe. Even with the door cut out like this, there still has the main This is the door bar that comes factory, and then you have this door bar. So double safety if you happen to get T-boned in this car, which hopefully that never happens to anyone, including myself. But the safety is very necessary, and it is there. Okay, we're on to pro number 5 of owning a drift car, and I think this one is the most simple and self-explanatory positive thing about owning a drift car, and that is the fact that you have a drift car and you can go drifting. It's fun, it is exciting. This brings so much joy to me and everybody else that has one. There's nothing better. So there are a few cons about owning a drift car, and I will step into those right now. And in the comments, if you guys have any more that you wanted to add, feel free to leave them in the comments, and let me know what you think are the good and bad of owning a drift car if you do own one, or what you think might be negative or positive about having a drift car. Okay, con number 1. Now, I don't daily drive this car, and depending on where you live in the country, if you have a car like this or win my car, you might drive it on the street a lot. So one of my least favorite things is getting in and out of this car. Since it has the door bars and the bucket seat with a steering wheel, with a hub that pushes the steering wheel out, it's a tight fit. So getting in and out, like if you had to hop out to, like, you know, at the gas station or whatever, it sucks. Like getting in and out of the car sucks. And I could also be in better shape, which would help. Con number 2 of owning a drift car. Those 2 fuel pumps right there are extremely loud. I will give you guys a taste of what that sounds like right now. Con number 3 of owning a drift car is having solid subframe bushings, coilovers, and all around stiff suspension. Now my car is set up pretty soft, so you don't really, it's not as bad. But I've ridden in a lot of drift cars that are so stiff that your back hurts after you get out of it. So I have my springs at a pretty soft setting, and that helps. But like I said, I don't daily drive this car, so it's not a huge deal to me. But it is one of my 5 cons of owning a drift car. All right, con number 4 of owning a drift car could be a negative to some people and also a positive to others. For me, I love it. And that is that the car is very loud. Okay, this has a 2 3/4 exhaust that goes to the rear subframe, right where the little hoop is, where your exhaust would, you know, go through a stock, and it dumps to the ground. And inside the car, it is even louder. Now the sound in here, it is loud as fuck. I'm gonna be real, and I love it. I wish it was louder, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's con number 4. Could be a pro, could be a con. It definitely attracts attention if you're driving on the street, which could be positive, could be negative, depending on if it's a cop or a girl. Girls love it, boys love it. You might get more dude love than girl love owning a drift car. All right, so for con number 5, I'm gonna kind of incorporate a couple things into this last one, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the car. But for con number 5 for me is the fact that the car has no AC and it has no heat. So if it's raining and you need to defrost your window, or it's cold and you need to defrost your window, you cannot do that. And if it is hot as hell, there is no AC. So, and it gets hot in here. It does get hot in here. Transmission's right there, and it definitely gets hot. The other part of this would be, if you have a car like mine, not every drift car is like mine, obviously. Everybody has their own thing. But the majority of my car is fiberglass. The hood, the front bumper, the front fenders, the side skirts, the rear quarter panels, and the rear bumper. So that is all fiberglass. Now fiberglass cracks real easy, but it's light. So it's kind of a pro, kind of a con. Light car and a fragile car. A light car is a fragile car. That's kind of how it goes. But yeah, that's it for the cons on this car. And you heard the pros, you heard the cons. That is what it is to own a drift car. Now, I love every bit of it. The pros outweigh the cons tremendously, and it would never steer me away from having a drift car. Nothing could steer me away from having a drift car. I love it, and majority of you that are watching this have one, understand what I'm saying, and those of you that want one that don't have one, know that when you do get one and you have the problems with the car and you have to work on it and you're tired and your knuckles are bloody, everything is worth it when you get to drive your car, without a doubt. That's gonna finish off the video for today. We got the new hydraulic e-brake, fluids are good, everything is perfect with the car. So I'm gonna show you guys the idle and a little bit of the car running. Don't forget that you can win this car. You can own this car if you go to calebquanbeck.bigcartel.com, pick up a sticker for 50 bucks, and you'll be entered in to win this car. Now, I have mentioned how much this car cost me to build, and people have disagreed with me. And I think that that is crazy, because I dare somebody to build this car at retail for less than 30 grand with labor. Because majority of the people that are building a drift car, that are getting into it, don't know how to work on a car yet. So they're gonna pay somebody to do it. So please, build a 1J coupe with all of this aero, the paint, the interior, the fuel system, the suspension, the wheels, the tires, everything. Please show me a build sheet of you building this car for less than 30 grand. If you can do that, then I take back everything that I said and I'm a liar. So, show you guys some running clips, and that's gonna be the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and pick up a ticket on my Big Cartel in the description below. Thanks. Gauges are on. It's a temp, boost. About 1,000 RPM. That's not bad. So, just so you guys know, this thing idles perfect. Inside my white ass legs, all good. Now I'll keep filming while I drive back to the house the best I can. Put the steering wheel on. We got that LZ steering wheel. Here we go. Loose a little bit there. Didn't mean to do that. God, I love this car so much. I really hope whoever wins this car takes care of it, because I'm going to miss it so much. We're home.